What's going on, YouTube? This is Dave's Daily Trades, where we cover daily AMC technical analysis, price predictions, and, of course, bring you the latest Grays news. In today's episode, we are going to start off with the technical analysis, see how we perform today, and take a look at where we may be headed tomorrow, which is Friday, and, of course, next week to come. We're going to be going over the Fed's balance sheet because even though that can was kicked down the road until December, early December to be exact, there are some very big issues going on that may lead to some catastrophic events in the market. And lastly, to end the video, we're going to be going over Evergrande. Of course, defaults are on that near-term horizon, but some big issues are going on with other companies, investors, and institutions that are caught in the crosshairs. But without further ado, we're going to jump right into the intro and then hop right back into the technical analysis. And we're back. AMC had a great day today. We were up 5.7% for the day, crossed over a very massive resistance point, and came up to that area of $40, which, of course, we have not seen for quite some time. So it's good to be back, boys. If you guys are pumped, be sure to drop some gorilla emojis and diamond hands. You know the deal. All right, guys. So taking a quick look at it, in today's early pre-market session, and right off the rip, we did have some great price action in higher volume than we have seen for the past 4 or 5 trading sessions now. The biggest thing that I do want to say is we crossed over and closed over this heavy resistance area of $37.75, which just so happens to be that golden area of the Fibonacci retracement at that 61.8 level. Very, very important stuff. As you can see from the 30-minute chart here, we had 1, 2, 3, 4 hours of straight bullish price action, guys, hitting our high of the day at $41.10. We did have a slight pullback into close. This happened right around 2:30 today. But, guys, we're moving higher. We had a great green day, and that's something to absolutely be proud of. Other than that, guys, not too much to talk about as in the price action. But the big question is this going to continue for tomorrow? Now, I do want to take a quick look at the one-day chart. As you can see, this green candle is something we haven't seen in quite some time. We were in this early consolidation phase over here, all the way from the 5th to the 13th. So a lot of boring price action for us apes, and I know this shit gets old. But today, we did have the start of the MACD crossover, and that brought wonderful things for AMC. The last time this did occur was actually back on the 13th, 8/13 to be exact. And sorry for my internet disconnecting right there. But 8/13, we did have that crossover. We'll point to it right here. And that started the upward trend all the way from, this was $34.50, all the way to just about $52.50. So a very nice, solid move. Now, of course, I am hoping this pattern plays out right here, but of course, we are hoping to get back into this range of $50 and $60. That is really the goal for AMC, and especially to move our higher price targets and see all-time highs in the very near-term future. Now, briefly, we'll touch on the RSI, which is starting to curl up. Now we are currently sitting at 52.04 in the RSI scale, and my current rule of thumb is anything over 50 on RSI is extremely bullish. Below 50 is bearish. We have broken into that bullish range, and I expect that this run is absolutely going to continue. Now for Friday, guys, price predictions. Of course, Fridays are typically slow days in the market. But, of course, after 2 pretty solid days for AMC, we could absolutely continue this run up. Now, the biggest thing that I do want to say is we do have that $40 expiration on those call options. So you do know that hedge funds are going to be in full force trying to short this stock to keep it under that. And it just so happens as well that the max pain right now is $38.50, meaning shorts are going to be in heavy action tomorrow, and you do need to bring that ammo, buy if you can, hold if you, of course, hold, to keep that max pain in this price over that $40 mark, because that is going to do some damage on the hedgies, guys. Of course, we're going to jump into some of the articles that have been really prominent going around right now. The biggest thing, guys, is the Fed balance right now. So, of course, we all know the House approves the debt ceiling extension through early December, and I believe the exact date was December 3rd or 4th. Taking a look at the daily Treasury statement, we can see that the closing balance was $72 billion. Now, of course, we do know that $480 billion was added to temporarily relieve some stress because, of course, our government can't come to a conclusion on what the hell they're actually going to do here. So that gave them a little bit of time, but this money has not been deposited to the Treasury, which is very bad. And the New York Fed came out today. I'm going to read this quote unquote. They warned that a delay in payment of the U.S. debt could result in significant implications for the financial system and also potentially damage the recovery. So what's going on? The printer is burnt out, guys. There's a couple screws missing because the Fed went crazy on just printing cash for the past, year and a half now? So not sure what's going on right now. Not good. And they absolutely need to pass something and get this cash deposited, or else we're going to have, according to the Fed, significant implications. Now, I do want to take a quick look at Evergrande. Of course, as we know, defaults are on the near-term horizon, and some experts are estimating as early as next week, we can see Evergrande default. So that is really bad. But of course, that is over in Asia. And as we discussed in some of the previous videos, that it is the entire real estate market in China specifically that is having serious problems. It's not just Evergrande. So an interesting article came out today by the NASDAQ, and they said, Blu-ray, a buyer of Evergrande debt, more USB exposed. So what does this mean, guys? We're going to dive right into it. So really the biggest thing is Ashmore holds significant debt of these foreign companies, specifically in Evergrande debt. So if you do have Evergrande default, you're going to have this fund Ashmore take significant losses. And already, guys, we did go over their assets and they decreased $2.1 billion. And also, clients of theirs, this is where it gets super interesting, took out an additional $1 billion. This is some serious cash, but there's the bigger picture that we really want to envision in our brain here. Now, Ashmore, sure, there's some random firm in, I believe, somewhere in Europe. I'm not exactly sure about it, but the biggest thing is there are many institutions that do have some type of exposure to Evergrande defaulting. Now, of course, this is more than just Evergrande. This is the entire real estate investment portion of China going on right now. So, of course, U.S. investors from Europe, and all over the entire globe are invested and do have some type of exposure into this sector right here, which is very bad. So what happens? Of course, these institutions are going to take a freaking beating, and when they do, they're absolutely going to have massive amount of stress on those short positions in AMC and GameStop, of course, if it applies. Now, of course, enough stress, yeah, you're going to cause some freaking margin calls. But, of course, we're not there yet. Evergrande could default as early as next week, like I said. So we're going to keep an eye on this and see what happens. But, guys, with that said, I am hungry as all hell, so I'm going to get some food right now. But be sure to hit that like button, subscribe for more content. Peace out, and tune in for the next one.